Okay, so this is a car that I made in Create Aeronautics. I've made other cars. It's just, I mean, the other cars look cooler, but this one, I don't know, I like it because I made it so that it actually has propulsion. Because, like, in Create, whenever I would make an old car, basically, you would just kind of disengage the clutch and then it would immediately be moving at 256 RPM, which is just dumb because that's not how that works in real life. Like, in real life, you put your foot on the gas and then you have to wait for it to, like, get up to speed. And so I try to recreate that here. I like it. I think it's pretty nice. To explain this, basically, so wait, I have a redstone accumulator up here, and first off, I would just like to say there's too much weight on this. Not like too much weight, but just I definitely could lower some of the weight. I just didn't because when I made this, I just made the base first because I didn't know how big I wanted it to be, but it's definitely way too big. I'll acknowledge that. And basically, the way that a redstone accumulator works is here's just a good way to show you. Nixie tube and a lever. So basically the way these work is I put these, so in Nixie tube what they do is they show redstone strength, right? So like if I put one here, 2, 4, 15, you get the idea. But the way this works is like I push this up by 1 and it slowly like increases for like however long it's going, and you can like change the delay basically. But then if I do it from this side, wait, I messed up. Okay, no, I didn't. So basically, like, if you do it from this side now, it increases, and then you are from that side, and it decreases. That's how it works, basically. And I use that in combination with a analog transmission to, like, show some sort of propulsion, basically. So I have this redstone link with this redstone transmission here, and this is just here. This is just what's pairing with the other one because I just needed something. And basically it's moved back by 1 because the way an analog transmission works is like the more redstone signal you give it, if it's on top it speeds up, and if it's on the bottom it slows down. But if you give it like max power, then it breaks because like it can't handle that. So to fix that, what I did is I didn't really turn it, I just like I extended the signal by 1 because that way it has to spend a signal like getting started, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain. And it runs into a gear shift, which just changes the direction of it, and a clutch. And I have the clutch set up like this with the redstone torch here, so that way like you power it off, because whenever I make cars in the past, it was kind of annoying, like when you would hold down the button and it was like and stop, because I don't know. I just like it better like this, to where you hold down the button and it gets moving. And then I have the steering, of course. This is just redstone links on the wheels. So like you push right and it moves right, push left, moves left. I made it rear wheel drive because I really don't know why. I think I wanted it to like drift. I don't really know. And then I have the suspension on the wheels really, really low because I figured it just, I didn't figure, like I tested it and that was what made it out the fastest, if that makes sense. And then basically the way this works, let me just reset this real quick. So you hold S to lower the speed, and then you hold W to increase it, or you can like touch it one by one. So basically, you can see here like I power this once, and then that goes like that gets a little bit power, and then I power this, and that speeds up. Like you can see how it speeds up basically. So if I go over to this speedometer, hold up, is this physics lock? Because I don't want to. Okay. So when I'm holding down space now because that moves the clutch. Like I push space on my keyboard and it unpowers the torch. So whoops. I stand here and I hold space and it's 16 RPM, and then I touch it once and it's gonna stay at 16 because remember I have like that little like redstone line, so that way I can't blow the engine, I guess would be a good way to put it. So I push it again and it's gonna increase. And I'll push it again, push it again. You can hold this down to 256, or and then you can like lower your speed. I like it like that. I think it's nice. And then you hold down space, and the wheels do move. It's just because it's physics locked. And then you hold down shift, and it switches the other. Okay, so you hold down space, and you see how they turn counterclockwise, and then you hold shift, and they turn clockwise, and that's like your reverse gear. But this actually gets pretty fast. I'm proud of it. I like it. Okay, so I activate this, and then I hold down space. Oh, wait, I forgot to. Okay, you hold down space, and you go, like, pretty slow because you're in, I guess, first gear. I don't really know what you would call it, but you're in first gear. Then you push W, and it should increase it. Oh, yeah, because it goes up by 1. So it increases the speed a little bit. Basically, as you, and then W itself doesn't add, so, like, I don't know how you can see this. Okay, so I push W, it doesn't speed it up. I had it do that. I kind of like that. I kind of don't. I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. So then you hold down space, and then I'm holding down space and W, so we're in, like, once you're at 256 RPM, you can just let go of W. You just need to hold down space, and this gets pretty fast. 20 blocks a second, about 20 blocks a second. And you can turn. I did think about having, like, some other sort of turning, kind of like the engine, where, like, you have to hold it down for it to turn really, like, long. I just couldn't be bothered to make that, honestly. Yeah. I'm proud of this. I like it. If you lower some of the weight, it'll be faster. I just haven't thought about doing that yet. I mean, I've thought about it. I just don't want to. I'm just bored. Yeah. It's pretty nice. I like it. For some reason, I don't understand this, but whenever, like, the higher the suspension, the slower it is, which makes sense, but if it's flat terrain, I don't understand that, which probably should. I mean, that's about it. It's pretty nice. I like it, and I hope that you like it too.